What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Miles Morales' marketing. Now, it's something I've talked about over the last several months, really, or at least or the last several weeks as they've really elevated everything. It's something I think they've done almost a perfect job of. I would say there's a slight... I could take a different angle to it. I could try and kind of approach the negative of it, and I will do that. But I do want to just generally talk about the excitement for this game, how people are ready for it. But again, how Insomniac has done it, and how I think they've really, overall, even if you didn't exactly like it all that much, I think they nailed what they were trying to do. Now, before I jump into that, I do want to just quickly do my advertisements. If you guys aren't already subscribed here, please do. We got Miles coverage coming for days starting today, really, probably a video at least every single day. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, Podcast Now 15 is my Twitter username. That is in the description below, along with my Discord and along with my second channel, Podcast Now Plus. If you guys haven't already joined the Discord or subscribed to my second channel, all that stuff, again, is in the description below. So, look, I've been somebody who said, actually really early on when they started doing this weekly and then it became kind of daily lead up to Miles, in that I wasn't the biggest fan of it. This is a game that I am super stoked to play. I mean, I literally cannot wait, okay? I'm literally pacing back and forth, waiting for my PS5, waiting for this, waiting for Demon's Souls. I mean, I can't wait to play this game. And I've said it before, I think this is going to be one of the safest games of this fall period, where you just know it may not be the most amazing thing ever. Now, we have the review scores. We have people's opinions. Some people think it is the game of the year, best game, better than the original Spider-Man. Some people think it's good. It's a solid, addition. It's something that you definitely need to play, but it's nothing that, you're going to be like, oh my dear God, like that was game-changing, right? So there's opinions, but this is a game that people are excited for, and that you can tell Sony has strategically positioned the PS5 around. Even though you can get this game on PS4, it's very clear they want you to buy this game and they want you to buy the PS5. And I don't think anybody's going to really have a problem with doing that. They will do the exact same thing, if not even harder and more, with Spider-Man 2. Now, again, like I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of that. It was something that I kind of felt like, okay, you're telling us too much. You're showing us too much. I kind of want to just play it. There's really no need to tease all of these things. And see, so right there, you guys should know, in case there's like newer people here, you should kind of know where I stand. I know some people maybe go after like Evan Falarca, who I like, he's a great guy. I've talked with him. We've been in videos. People tend to go after him because he's either too much a Spider-Man fan or not enough. He can never be both, right? It's something that I've dealt with as well. We can never be the things fully. We can never be two full things that people think we are. But basically, my point of view, where you guys can think about with me, is I'm excited for it, but even I wasn't all that, like the marketing, I would say, was a little too much. But I would still go so far to say that it was a master, again, like a really well done marketing, because here's what it did. It got everybody's eyes on Miles. You have the PS5 coming out, and again, it's not just on PS5, but Miles is the game everybody is talking about. I feel bad for Demon's Souls because, as I've said it to you guys numerous times in all these videos, I actually am looking forward to Demon's Souls more. I mean, hate me all you want, if that just breaks your image of me, but I actually am looking forward to it more. Demon's Souls has just been pushed. There's the game The Pathless, which is it's a $40 game. It's a smaller like indie team. It comes out on PS4 and PS5. It looks like Journey. I mean, I love the look of it. I really hope to play that. Sackboy looks cool. Godfall's got its own like following, I think. But a lot of these games are kind of being just pushed aside. Now, I know Demon's Souls had the state of play over the weekend, but a lot of these games have been pushed aside for Miles. But again, I get it. And I think that's where I give them credit. I know that people are excited to play this game. Sony knows people are excited to play this game, and they have leaned into that hard. But besides that, in all reality, they have done a really good job getting people ready, because what they've done with this game is shown us gameplay, shown us some trailers, haven't shown us too much. Now, the game is like an 8 to 10 hour game. To platinum it's probably like a 15 to 18 hour game. We have, maybe 30-ish minutes if we put everything together of what we've seen of this game. Not all that much, but the way they've spaced it and broken it up, and pictures that they've shown us, right? Different times it's been on cover, obviously being the cover of Game Informer, having all that extra information. A lot of written pieces, too, on this game. It's given us a whole lot more of knowledge into the setup to this game. And that's what I think they've done actually really good. You could say maybe they've shown us too much, maybe they've just gone too hard on this game in general, but reversing that idea or reversing that mindset is, the world building that they've done with this game has actually been really good. I talk about world building quite a lot on this channel, where I want a world that feels like things are going on. And oftentimes you do, with an open world game, it's kind of a necessity because there's a lot placed on that. With more single player linear games, it's harder. It's easier, I think, to set up the history of characters and where they've come from and all that. It's easier to do that. Depends on the situation. But for Miles, I mean, again, credit where credit's due, setting up what's been happening with the city after the original 2018 Spider-Man and going into Miles and kind of helping us out to figure out, okay, where are these characters now? Where's Peter? Where's MJ? Where's certain villains? What's Miles doing? What's his family doing? What's his friends doing? I mean, they've set a lot of that up. Now, I haven't seen all of the game yet, but whether or not that is addressed as fully in the game or not, they've set it up a lot leading into it. And I think there is some value to that. I will say, and I will stay strong on this, that when you play a game, some people don't see any of this stuff. I have a close friend of mine. I've been friends with him for 10, 12 years. He doesn't really, he knows I have a YouTube channel, he'll sometimes watch my videos, but he doesn't keep up on news. Even The Last of Us Part 2, right? The game that was spoiled to all heck, right? He never saw any of that. And so an example for Miles is, there are going to be people that don't see any of this stuff. So I think there is a weakness there in that if you push too much of the marketing, if you push too much of the world building before the game even comes out, and then you don't do it in the game because you expect people to have seen that first stuff, that doesn't work because not everybody does that. But again, the genius with this marketing is it's a mix of everything. You have the lead in with the suits. That Into the Spider-Verse suit was insane. That excited, I would say, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, okay? The gameplay presentations they've shown for this game have been exactly what they needed to be, right? Not spoiler heavy, but showing us new mechanics while also kind of feeling, familiar, but, while pushing it, while showing the PS5 technology. Let's not forget about that angle. They've really leaned into this game to show us, here's what we can do. Now, I think, again, as I've said, Demon's Souls, in my opinion, will be the best example of what PS5 can do early on. I know it doesn't have ray tracing. I know Miles does, but you have to sacrifice frames per second with Miles. You don't have to do that with Demon's Souls. So, there are checks and there are things that are better for one than the other. But I've always stood true to, Demon's Souls may actually be the game that pushes the PS5 way more early on. I mean, obviously other games will do it, in 2021 and future years. But that's the game that if I was talking about what the PS5 could do, I'd be focusing on that one. Now, again, maybe they're not doing it because they really want to push ray tracing, and Demon's Souls doesn't have ray tracing, so they push Miles. But in all reality, we know, again, why they're pushing Miles. Spider-Man was a system seller with 2 years to go in the PS4 lifecycle, which is unheard of, okay? For a game to come out after 4 years that the system has been out, actually 5, right? It was 2018, it came out in 2013. For it to come out 5 years after and sell consoles the way it did is almost unheard of. And obviously that's pushed Sony to say, okay, I mean, the PS4, the PlayStation consoles only goes so far as to where Spider-Man takes them. Now, I don't think, in all reality, I don't think that's true, firstly. I really hope Sony doesn't think that, by the way, because you could overkill the franchise, and I don't want to see that. But no, in reality, I think they've done everything they needed to. They've gotten people excited in more than one way. Again, they've talked about world building. They've built up the world through, through the Daily Bugle, through all that stuff. They've shown small gameplay clips. They've shown big gameplay clips. They've shown screenshots. They've shown how the PS5 will handle it. They've shown Miles, the fact that it's Miles and that he represents even a different race, right? That really, really excites people. I mean, this is smart. This is, and I'm not saying they did it for that reason, that specific part, but they did a lot of things right. And even though, again, someone like me, I think it's kind of all put together, probably too much. I think they did way too much, and I didn't really, every day seeing a Spider-Man thing. But even that, again, I can tell you, I didn't love seeing it every single day, and it's okay, I really wish you didn't show Prowler, and I really wish you maybe didn't do that. Let me just experience it. But every now and then, I would see something that even caught me. Into the Spider-Verse suit, I was like, holy Jesus. And to other people, that was just day 15 out of 15 days of nonstop, new Spider-Man stuff, which I know excites people, right? So I really think it worked best for everybody. Even people that maybe thought it was too much, even like me, there was still stuff in there that I think excites me. Like, and by the way, I'm not saying the other stuff doesn't excite me. I just think it kind of gets to be, okay, I get it. Like, I'm getting the game day one. You don't need to keep doing it. And I think actually a lot of people are getting this game day one. I don't really think the marketing needed to be this heavy. I truly don't think it needed to be, but obviously they did it for a reason. And I respect that. I respect how they did it. I respect the different ways that they did it. And I respect that overall, I think it absolutely worked, even if I wasn't the biggest fan overall. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what'd you think? I mean, we're here 2 more days until Miles comes out. Like I said, this video is the start of many Miles videos. We're going to talk about the ending. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to show off the game. Loads and loads of videos over the coming days, starting, like I said, today. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. Again, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, PodcastNow15. My Discord, the link is in the description, and also Twitter is there as well. And my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, that is in the description as well. Okay, so all 3 of those things are there. But again, biggest thing, I guess, to show support would just be subscribing and watching these videos on this channel, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon on the next Miles video.